back to the channel. We're really sorry. It has been absolutely ages since we've done a video. It's been very quiet at the moment. We have purchased some of the pallets, but it was nothing to sort of write home about, so we didn't bother filming it. Whilst it was quiet, obviously it gives us opportunity to do bits at the house and enjoy a bit of the sunshine, which was nice. Anyway, in today's video we are talking about HM revenue time to pay. For all of you who might have unfortunately came across that or needing to use the services, time to pay is basically when you can't pay the HM revenue any outstanding taxes, or in my case, if you accidentally forget to pay your taxes. Time to pay is basically monthly installments that you set up with HM revenue to pay your outstanding debt. Just to give you obviously the heads up and to explain how this all happened, in 2020, which obviously, as we all know, was the beginning of pandemic, and our our quarter has finished in it was in April, and basically we owed quite a bit of money to HM revenue, but because I was literally 10 months pregnant and I was giving birth, I think 2 days after the thing was due, and obviously we were in the beginning of pandemic, HM revenue deferred all the VAT payments until the following year, which was I think March 2021. So I don't think we had to physically defer the payments. I think it was done automatically anyway. Nonetheless, because there was a lot of money to pay and it was really uncertain time, we thought, well, hell with this, we'll wait until next year. Next year came along quite quickly, and guess what, we're still in the middle of pandemic and things not particularly improved in terms of sort of business sense, and obviously things were still settling down, so it's still a little bit tough. Nonetheless, non-intentionally, I totally forgot to obviously pay the deferred payment, and somehow, I really don't know, and I'm kicking myself, I also forgot to pay the same VAT quarter from the year 2021. So I've no idea how. It's really ironic that it's happened both of the years, and it's happened in April. So we started to get letters from bailiffs and to our accountant saying they were owed them money. Every time I logged on and checked, the money they're requesting was actually paid, so I really wasn't sure what's happening. Eventually, after it's happened like 3 times, I have asked my accountants to actually speak to HM Revenue and see why are they chasing something that basically I've paid. So what they have found out, to my initially disappointment, is basically I have owed them obviously 2 of the VAT quarters from the past 2 years, but for some reason, because because the deferred payments, I had some payments, but they didn't come into the correct quarter. So basically they were chasing the wrong amount. So hence the problem. So it took them basically 2 years to figure out that I owe them 2 of the VAT quarters. So as you can imagine now, things have been quiet and not particularly, again, best with the business. So suddenly to pay a good few £1,000s on the VAT 2 quarters that have been missed. And the fact is that we have a VAT quarter that's now ended, which I'll obviously owe to pay another good few £1,000s in about a month's time. It's a little bit of a pickle. So basically I could pay the bill up front, but it basically puts us in a position where if we need to buy a lot of stock, like obviously we sometimes, we don't buy a lot and then suddenly we have to spend a lot and buy a lot, it puts us in a bit of a predicament. So I would never put our business under position when there is not enough money in the bank to be able to support obviously both our wages and to be able to buy stock. So the best option is to basically trying to arrange time to pay. So there we come into this. So time to pay. If you read online, it looks very scary in terms of all the questions they ask you, what they want you to kind of do before they accept your accept you as on the time to pay basis. And apparently not everybody gets accepted. It depends on your circumstances and depends on what sort of stuff you can come up with and tell them. So anyway, to cut the story short, obviously I had to phone them up, and to be fair, they answered the phone like right away, like there's no waiting around and this and that, but you have to obviously answer and a lot of sort of personal questions to make sure they're talking to a correct person. Excuse the mess behind. So anyway, so I got through there, and to be fair, I kind of thought it should be something very straightforward, but I didn't expect to be treated like a criminal. So the guy was really strict on the phone, like he was some sort of a, I don't know, like up there, really high up, and like talking to me like, not saying like a rubbish, but I felt like he was treating me like I was literally a criminal. All I've done, literally, I just forgot to pay the freaking VAT bill because I was 10 months pregnant, and then I forgot to pay this because next year because I just forgot. Do you know what I mean? Because I've paid all the quarters like either side of the April quarters, so I have no idea what happened. Anyway, so he didn't particularly make me feel that great. So I had to answer a lot of questions, and the questions he was asking, like, oh, what are you doing to resolve the situation? Obviously, we're in the sales, we're online sales. What am I doing to resolve the situation? I'm just sitting on my ass, just scratching it. I'm just, what do you think I'm doing? Our job is to sell, right? All I can do is just to list the items and sell them, or trying to sell them. If they don't sell, I can't help it. And sort of questions around the corner, things like, okay, well, what sort of assets do you have? Well, and there's me thinking, we just bought another van and it costed like 16 grand, right? So I have a van, but I can't, if I tell him I have an asset and I have a van, doesn't mean it's going to make me sell the van. So it's like, it's unfair. I've always felt like it's unfair questions, because I know they want to get their money back, but it feels like they just want to strip you to nothing just so you can pay them the, a few £1,000s and be happy. But no, it doesn't work this way. So I didn't say anything about the van. Obviously I did, say yes, we have stock, and that's what we do. So the best I could come up with, saying, well, to trying to what I'm trying to do to have the situation, I'm trying to run sales, and at the same time saying yes, I had to diversify, because obviously company registered as obviously cosmetics company, we still sell cosmetics, but we have to now diversify into selling homeware and obviously all the other products. And anyway, so there's a few other questions, and he goes, well, what could you afford to pay? And it's almost like he wanted me to say that he just wanted me to pay like a few grand a month, which is not going to happen. So me thinking I would like to stretch this for like, about, I don't know, a year, and just to do a little drippets and, but no, the maximum they could afford, or could he want me to do, is basically 10 months. Because could you do any sooner? Well, I could do, but I can basically at the same time get my business into the ground. So particularly I said technically no. So anyway, it was really, really unpleasant conversation. To be fair, I came off the phone afterward. I was actually in tears crying, because I was so stressed, like my blood pressure was through the roof. I was going all red and blotchy. Anyway, so yes, they got this sorted. So there's no like, I had to pay a chunk, right? They would not let you just stretch pretty much everything into the time to pay. You have to pay something, so at least they feel that you obviously got some money in the bank to pay and be able to afford to pay. There's no like direct debit form or anything I had to sign or whatever. He just basically set this up on the computer and said that if you fail to pay, then they'll basically end the agreement, and they'll be sending the bailiffs to collect the whole outstanding amount. So there we are. So if any of you guys have to do this, it's not the end of the world. It's best to deal with this, I think, sooner rather than later. If you do know that you owe the money, obviously it is resolvable. So yes, I have monthly direct debit set up for few £100, and we'll just have to ride it out, really, to be fair. So anyway, hopefully none of you in this position that you have to do this, but if you do, hopefully find this video a little bit helpful. And again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye.